Welcome back, everyone. My name's Dave, and I'm a ham radio operator, among other things, including an deputy emergency manager, an Oxcom coordinator, and I chase storms. So I promised you a part two to my Go Box builds, not just the ammo can, but also the Apache case box that I'm building. So here we are. I wanted to kind of show you the finished projects, but unfortunately, the batteries didn't get here in time. FedEx said they were going to be here today, but when I checked the status of my shipment, it's in Missouri. So unless that FedEx truck has got warp drives in it, it's not getting here sometime by the end of the day. So here we are. So I'm going to take you along. I'm going to show you what I've got so far. We had to make some changes to the original ammo can. It was done in a plastic can, and I had to upgrade things because if you remember, I was having SDWR problems, which is standing wave ratio. Say correct this time. So before we move along, you can go over here, wherever it's down there. I'm doing this 16 by 9 now, so it might be down here or it might be right here. But follow, like, share it, repost it. If it's on YouTube, share that too. Let's take you along. Now, if you remember, last time it was in a plastic ammo can, and it had that same antenna on it. But this time we went to Harbor Freight. You check one of my other TikToks, showed you going to Harbor Freight, getting the metal ammo can. And what I did was drill the top and mounted an old NMO mount that I had from my car when I switched it out to UHF. So I drilled a little 3/8 hole in here, mounted that sucker. This is a NMO to UHF adapter. So I can put an NMO antenna on top of here, or I can adapt it to UHF and do UHF. And I just used a little SO239, no, PL259 to BNC, and this little Signal Plus signal stick. Oh, now I'm unscrewing it. But same signal stick antenna. Let's take a look at the SWR. Let's go right over here, and we hit, let's show you the frequency. We're set to 156,800, which is the channel 16 for Marines. What we want to be low SWR on that channel. So, because that's what we're using this box for, is Marine search and rescue. And we're doing command posts. So let's hit enter there. And we'll hit number 7 for SWR. And bang. Look at that. 1.6 to 1. That's a beautiful thing. In essence, friends, that problem is solved. And we're going to continue on with that. We're just waiting on the batteries to move along. But let's go to the other Go Box, the one that I'm building. And I'll give you a tour of that one. All right. This is an FTM 400. It's a Yaesu with a Fusion digital on it, but I never really use it. But it was just a great radio. They discontinued making this radio, which is sad, and moved up to this. A lot of it was due to COVID and tariffs and not being able to get the chips for it. So they discontinued the 400 and went with the 500, which I also have. So in this case, this is an Apache 2800 case. I ripped out all the foam. And originally, if you remember, I had the microphone in the picture I put on TikTok. I had the microphone right there. But I decided to change that, try and put less cords hanging from the lid into the box, less things to, move around and get caught up in things. So I'll just put the microphone down there and plug it directly into the radio. And I've had problems with those extensions for the mics, the ones that have like 20 feet of cable and let you put the mic wherever you want. I've had problems with them in the past, and I don't want to have that problem. And plus, who needs 20 feet of line sitting in this box? So I eliminated it and just went with a regular microphone. And I used double-sided sticky tape to mount the 400 there. Ran the coax around the back. Over here, you remember this from the plastic ammo can. I repurposed it, put it in this box. Now this, I will not use a signal stick on. This will be an external antenna hookup. That's going to be an X50 mounted to a speaker mount. I'll show you that another time. But this is the beginnings of this. I'm waiting on batteries. I've got an eco-worthy 20 amp hour battery. It's going to sit right here, fit nicely, Velcro that sucker down. And this will be self-contained, self-powering. Yeah, I'll have to come up with charging solutions to charge it at home. You can probably get 6 hours out of a 20 amp hour. But if I charge it at home, I should be good. And plus I have a second battery, which I'm going to turn into a battery box. But eventually I'd like to add solar to this. So that wraps it up for my Go Box tour. If you enjoyed it, do me a favor, hit those buttons over there, and share it with your friends, share it with some fellow hams. Let them take a look. And I will give you another update when I have all the parts and I can finish off the project. Till then, thanks for sticking around. Thanks for watching. and I'll see you next time.